What's up, everybody? Doc 195. There's levels to this. All right, so real quick, this generation, I feel like Microsoft knows that it lost last generation. So Microsoft came out aggressive with this Game Pass thing, aggressive with the power of the Xbox Series X, aggressive with the entry option of the Xbox Series S, aggressive with the fact that you can still play their games for a year. Like they want you to play their games. Microsoft is not playing. They are not trying to lose another console generation battle. And they're looking at it from a different perspective. Like you can beat us on console sales, but more people will be playing Xbox games or on Xbox service. That's what Microsoft wants. Okay. Now, I feel like that aggression is good. I think that Game Pass right now, if they keep the price the same, is a deal that's going to be really hard for gamers not to adapt. Now, for every single person, it's going to be individualized, right? Because if you're paying $15 a month and you're not playing any of those games, then it's pointless to you, right? But that's where it comes down to, though, at the end of the day. This is what Microsoft has to learn from Sony. Okay, this is what they can learn from Sony. Sony right now, on paper, has the weaker console, right? Sony right now, on paper, doesn't have a deal like Game Pass does. Yet somehow the PS5 is as popular, or I would even dare to say even more popular than the Xbox Series X. If you just walk down the road and you ask somebody, have they heard of the Xbox Series X or the PS5? If I was a betting man, I'd bet you more people would be like, oh yeah, the PS5 is gonna be the new PlayStation. Number one, the naming of it is genius. You just add one more number, right? We have PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5. Like this, that's genius. I don't know why Microsoft is Xbox. What is the Xbox 360? Then it's Xbox One, and Xbox One S, Xbox One X, Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X. If I got that right, I'm applauding myself. But yeah, it's crazy. But anyways, um, like I was saying, Microsoft can learn from Sony because the only thing that's holding Sony on right now that makes it even compete with the Xbox Series X or the Xbox brand at all or Microsoft is their track record for games. And let me tell you why Microsoft needs to get this right. Okay. Someone said this in the comments and it made so much sense. Sony announced that there's another God of War coming. There was no gameplay. There was just a logo. I think there was some sound too. And people lost their minds over it. Do you know why? Because Sony has proven that God of War is a top tier game. It's a top tier experience. So why would we believe that it wouldn't be a top tier experience on the PS5? No, it's going to be if you thought God of War was good on the PS4, on the PS5, this thing is going to be amazing. That's why they could just show a logo and people lose their minds. Okay. Nintendo has done this as well. Do you guys remember Nintendo when they had a video and it was a Splatoon character running around shooting and then they stopped, put the weapon down, and they see like this ball glowing, and then the camera zoomed into the eye of the character and it was a Smash Brothers logo? Oh my God, people got goosebumps, lost their minds, they dropped their babies, all kinds of stuff for Smash Brothers. Why? Because that game has had a history of being a great game through and through. Every single generation just building on what it was, becoming better. Nintendo did it even worse with Metroid Prime 4. It just said Prime 4 and people lost their minds because so far, except for Metroid, what's the name of that? Other M or whatever. Except for that one, all the Metroid Prime games though have been outstanding. Nintendo could do it with Zelda as well. If they drop a new Zelda logo, people will lose their minds again because the games are outstanding. So Microsoft, this is what you can learn from Sony, and I'll say from Nintendo as well. Okay, but you're not really competing against Nintendo. Nintendo has been smart. I'll make a video about that. But this is what you can learn. Game Pass is awesome, and you're gonna bring people in with Game Pass. I believe you are. The problem is going to be keeping these people. You're only going to be able to keep a lot of people into this Game Pass deal if the games make sense. So this next generation game, this next generation of console wars, whatever you want to call it, Microsoft, even though what you're bringing is of amazing value, you still need to bring the games. Because if the PS5 at the end of the day still has better games than what you have, they could still potentially win because they have their loyalists, and I get it. I understand them. I understand. Look, for me, my favorite PS franchise is the Nathan Drakes. I love the Uncharted. I love the Uncharted series. Okay, so in Uncharted on a PS5, a new one, I don't know. Maybe he's a grandfather or something, or maybe his kid. I don't know. I'm down. I'm down. Microsoft, you have Halo. You have your mascot. You have your guy. Okay, you have Master Chief. Okay, you have your Gears. You have it. Okay, but you have to make these games banger, and that's why when that reveal came out of Halo Infinite, and you dropped the ball, man, you would have had better success just dropping the name Halo Infinite, and that's it. But you didn't. So now you gotta make up for it. Game Pass is awesome, but look at your competitor and learn from them. Sony literally doesn't have to say anything. They're quiet right now. They're just fans are still the support that Sony gets from their fans to me is just ridiculous. But I understand it. You want to compare games? I saw something on Twitter, man. I saw something on Twitter that had it was this chart. I don't know if I'll see if I can find it. And it had like Sony games ranked, right? And the dude said like 2 games were masterpieces and 4 games were like great. It's just all exclusives. And then 6 games were just good. 1 game was just stuff like that. Like he was bashing how great PS4 games actually really were, right? And I can't remember whose Twitter was on, but I replied back to it and I was like, okay, now do the same thing with Xbox games then. Crickets. Crickets. Microsoft, you need games. Game Pass is dope. Learn from Sony. Now, if you have great games and you have Game Pass, I don't know, Sony fans, but we'll see. And to be honest, Bethesda is dope, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Go buy Rockstar. Ooh, chill. Go buy Naughty Dog. Yo, Phil, go buy Naughty Dog, and then it's over. Dog 1985, we out. Peace.